Hey, what's up YouTube? Raleigh back with an interesting video. Yes, after a long time, yet with an interesting video. So this video is all about the newly launched iPhones. So there is the 11 Pro Max, 11 Pro and the 11, the most popular one. I got hands-on on 11 Pro Max and the 11. 11 Pro was not available. Anyways, that's just the smaller version of the 11 Pro Max. So this year, Apple mainly concentrated on the camera setup. So the 11 Pro Max and the 11 Pro has triple camera setup, whereas the 11 has dual camera setup. So the first thing I want to talk about these iPhones is the naming scheme. I don't understand it, Apple, I don't. And in the near future, I don't know what is gonna happen. iPhone 15 XS Plus Max Pro. Okay. And the second thing is the battery improvement. And the third thing, you guessed it right, the cameras. Huge shout out to Purvika for sponsoring this video. If you want to buy any speakers, headphones or any sort of phones from Realme to Samsung and from Redmi to Apple, including the OnePlus smartphones, then you'll get it in Purvika. So please do check in your nearest Purvika store. So without any further ado, let's get started and see what Apple has done for us. Roll the intro, Bixby. So this is the iPhone 11. So the first thing you'll notice as soon as you take this phone up is the display. Now, I don't want to complain about the display because the display in here is 720p, yet it is very bright and colorful. And here's a side-by-side comparison between the last year's iPhone XS Max and the iPhone 11. As you can see, you don't find any such differences. If you see in person, even then, you can't find out the difference between the quality in these two phones. So right off the bat, this camera has dual camera setup, which is the matte finish thing, and the back panel of the whole phone is glossy, unlike the iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max. Those two phones have matte finish all over the phone, I mean the back panel of the phone, and a glossy finish in the camera cutout. So first, let's dig into the I/O. So the first thing you'll notice in I/O is that big, huge Apple notch. Now this consists of all the IR scanner for Face ID, front-facing camera, and a speaker which also acts as a earpiece. Now on the top you don't find anything. To the right you have two antenna bands, a power switch and a SIM tray. And in the bottom you'll find one speaker grill and another one microphone grill, as well as the lightning port. And to the left you have two antenna bands and a volume rocker up and down, including the famous trigger. Now getting into software, as you know, every year Apple releases a new software. So this year we have iOS 13. Apple mainly discussed that this phone has a great battery improvement and a camera improvement. And the design is almost same except for that camera cutout. So first, let's start off with battery. Apple claims that this iPhone 11 can last for more than an hour compared to the last year's iPhone XR. Last year's iPhone XR already had a great battery life, and this one increases that. So we need to find out in person how it compares against other devices like Mate 30 Pro or the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. Now coming to the cameras. As you know, the Apple camera app is pretty simple. It has the photo mode, video, pro, panorama, time-lapse and whatnot, everything you have. So in the main photo and video and all other features, you'll get two options, that is 0.5x, that is the ultra wide, and 1x, that is the normal wide angle camera. So you get the seamless switching between these two cameras even while recording a video. So both of these cameras can record at 4K 60 fps, including the front camera, which I'll be testing in the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So here's a jump to that. So this is the iPhone 11 Pro Max. As you can see, it is very huge, 6.5-inch Super AMOLED display. They call it Super Retina XDR display. Anyways, that's just a fancy name for a Super AMOLED display. Now the same I/O even in this iPhone, two volume rockers to the left, two antenna bands, and then the same antenna bands towards the right, the speaker grill, lightning port, and top there is nothing. And to the back, the first thing you'll notice is that it has matte finish as I mentioned earlier. And in the camera cutout, it is glossy. So this phone packs triple camera setup. One is the main 12MP primary camera, another one is the ultra wide, another one is a telephoto camera. Now before getting into battery, let's see the cameras. So here's the seamless switching between all three cameras, the telephoto, ultra wide and wide. You can even do it while recording a video. And in order to record a video, if you want to record a quick video, you can just go to the photos and click on that. I mean, just hold it for some time and it will start recording. And you can also lock it by dragging towards right. And yeah, here's the front camera sample. So Apple introduced a new feature that is called selfie. I don't want to tell that, let me call it slow motion selfie. I don't know what's its use, but here's a sample of that too. Now coming to the batteries, iPhone 11 Pro Max, Apple claims that it has 5 hours more battery life than the last year's iPhone XS Max, which is incredible. Let's take iPhone XS Max had 6 hours of battery life. Now if you add 5 more hours to that, you'll get 11 hours. Recently I checked out a video of Mr. Who's the Boss who did a battery test. And he explained us that it can last up to 9 hours and a few minutes more than that. 9+ hours of battery life in smartphone is really great. Thanks for Apple for keeping that step. As Zach from Jerry Rig Everything said, a step in the right direction. Now coming to the last point, the price. iPhone 11 starts at 65,000 in India and iPhone 11 Pro and 11 Pro Max from 99,999, which is nothing but 1 lakh. Don't not buy it. So that was pretty much everything about the newly launched iPhones. I hope you guys enjoyed. If yes, please hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. With that being said, my name is Rahul and I am signing out. Take care guys.